What is up, guys? It's your boy, Anecdotal, with some more Endless Frontier, and today we're going to talk about why Icy matters. If you don't already know who it is, Icy is the pet for Priest. And Priest, if there were tiers for characters, Priest will be an S tier character, an absolute must have that you need to put in your team. Now, why is Icy such an important character? Well, that's because she gives everybody that elusive 5 times speed that every newbie in the game wants to know how to get. So, how many priests do you want in your team? If you do not have Icy as a 5-star pet, you would want to have at least 4 to 5. The recommended amount is 5 because the proc always happens when you have at least 5 priests. And if you have 4 priests, there is a chance that you will not have that 5 times speed procced and might be forced to go ahead and buy this 3 times speed for 10 gems for 20 minutes. So here you go, guys. This right here is Icy at 5-star, and it is absolutely the first pet as a beginner that you should be going for. Here you see what it does. Now, instead of just reading it because it might just be complicated, all you need to know is that once you 5-star, you need to have 12 priests. So once you get Icy to 5-star, you will want to have 12 priests in the bank. What does that mean? That means that in total, within both your team and the time shop, you want to have the exact amount of 12 priests in your time shop. That way, the priest ability matters to you. What does that mean? That means that even if you don't have this pet, you should prepare to have this pet by having 12 priests. What these 12 priests do is max out the 5 times speed proc that the pet can give you. And here you can see that it gives you a 30% proc at 2.5 for every senior priest that you have. So if you count, 1 is 2.5, 2 is 5, and if you just keep going up by 5, you will notice that if you have 4 priests, it will be 10%. If you have 8 priests, it would be 20%. And if you have 12 priests, it will equal out to be 30%, which is the max amount that you can have. And that's what we're aiming for. You want to have this proc happening from the time shop. So you might be wondering, why do I need to have it in the time shop? It's perfectly fine. I get those percentage points by having priests in my team. Well, if you do have it in your team, you're missing out on some extra support units that you could have. For me, I have the Senior Hippogriff. And the reason why the Senior Hippogriff is so great is not because of its level 100 activation proc of increasing speed for a bit and its own distance, or maybe the slight power-ups that it has in the bottom here, but it's because of what it has in its unit details. That's right, it's because of its skip chance. It helps you skip more than any other unit in the game. Before, it was all about having fairies to skip, but now it's all about the hippos. And if you have the Hippogriff team and your team is full of them, your skip rate just skyrockets. So right now it is at a 30% skip rate for the Elf Secret skill. Now, as you know, if you go all the way over here to the shop menu and you click on premium, we already get a 30% skip rate if you spend your gems, and you get the 30% skip rate for the Elf Secret skill. So on top of that 30% that you bought with gems, and guys, if you haven't done it, make sure to do it now, you get another 30% for having the hippogriffs on your team. So that's a 60% chance of skipping, which is insane. And on top of that, you should have your fairy pet, and you should have a 95 or 100% skip rate. So no matter what happens, you will be skipping a stage. So if you pay some attention to the top, you will see that I rarely go up just one single stage every time I complete one. So right now you see it's 81, 4, 6, 7 rare, 90, 93, 95, 97, 99, 1, and then as you see, it's always usually going by 2 or 3 stages. Now, why is it that it's going up by 3 stages instead of 2? Is because of its second ability. Its second ability is the Ancient Forest, whatever, I skip 2 stages instead of 3 thing. For every time you do the Elf Secret skill, which is to skip 1 stage, you have a 50% chance to skip another 2 stages, which is why you will see the 3 skips happening when I'm running my team up on the top. And now to max out both the 30% skip for the fairies, the fairy secret skill, and the 50% for the hippo skill, which is the Legend of Ancient Forest, you need the extra units, because each unit here increases the probability or the chance of that skip. Of your makeup team of 12, if 11 of them, if 10 of them are hippogriffs, and you go back here, you see that each one is 5, that will equal out a total of 50%. So since I have 10 hippogriffs on my team, that 50% is capped. And the other 2, of course, will be my fairy, because having the fairy on my team gives me that extra 5% to either have a 95 or 100% normal skip rate with the fairies, and that's why the fairy's on the team, and of course the druid is there as the magical core. Now, this is why this right here is the dream team. And in order to have this team, you need to have Icy at 5-star. Now, even if you were not running the fairy or the elf team, it's still really great to have priests proc their 5x speed from their time shop, because your support units will have an effect that will increase your overall speed. So, looking at the current honor units, you will see that maybe you went full elementalist. And if you went full elementalist, you'll see that each one of these elementalists will increase your game speed, your movement speed, and your attack range, which means you can hit from further. So if you look here, man, it is really hard to tell. The druid is not moving too far away from the crystal and then is just sniping the crystal from afar. And if it's not my druid, it's the hippogriff from up high, is just going right past all the ground units and sniping, man, the crystal. And now we enter past 100. Why is it that Icy is so pivotal, such an important unit? It is absolutely essential for anyone that plans to do better in the game and to start running stages faster. Not to mention that if you're not getting the spirit rest numbers that you think you should be getting, it's because you're being slowed down, and that you may be going 5 times slower than everybody else. And to make sure that doesn't happen, make sure to get Icy to 5-star and have 4 to 5 priests on your team if you don't have Icy yet. And if you like this video, make sure to like it. If you know that this information will help one of your guildmates or someone else, make sure to share it. And as always, my name is Anecdotal, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, guys. Oh, 100 gems. It's beautiful, but man, did I want that flame spirit. Whew. Well, like for my suffering, guys. Peace out.